A Pakistani resident in the United States went to the Turkish embassy to make an anonymous donation of $30 million to the victims of last week's tragic earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria. It is not a common practice for individuals to simply walk into an embassy and donate money to disaster victims. Typically, donations to disaster relief efforts are made through recognized aid organizations, such as the Red Cross or UNICEF, or directly to the affected government or local charities. Donating through an embassy might be possible in some specific cases. For example, the Embassy of Japan accepted donations for relief efforts in response to the Great East Japan earthquake, but it would depend on the policies and procedures of the individual embassy and the country it represents. In any way, it's a rare act of humanity. But let's not forget that Pakistan is in the middle of an acute economic crisis, with foreign currency reserves dangerously low, and yet, an anonymous millionaire just strolled into an embassy and donated $30 million without a second thought. The Pakistani Prime Minister has expressed his appreciation for the actions of an anonymous Pakistani national who made a generous donation of $30 million for earthquake victims in Turkey and Syria. Soon after Sharif's tweet went viral, Pakistanis asked why did the Good Samaritan not walk into the Pakistani embassy, despite the country's economy being on tenterhooks and the food and energy crisis spiraling out of control. He views this act of philanthropy as a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome obstacles and make a positive impact. Why this anonymous Pakistani national chose to donate the money to Turkish earthquake victims and not to the millions of Pakistanis who are facing economic hardship? To be clear, I am not even posing this question, the people of Pakistan are. Pakistani journalist and author wrote a sarcastic tweet about a donation. Aisha Siddiqa tweeted, questioning why anonymous philanthropist did not donate the $30 million for flood relief in Pakistan, but instead chose to give it for earthquake victims in Turkey and Syria. Itzamal Haq, a Pakistani journalist, tweeted, why didn't the philanthropist just walk into a Pakistani embassy instead? They imply that there may be a reason behind this choice. Despite the fact that we are unable to speculate on the internal motivations for the contribution, or there may not even be any other reasons behind it at all. But we can tell you where this foreign aid and money that comes to Pakistan goes. You see, there is a peculiar scenario in Pakistan. Pakistan receive lot of money from foreign aid, as well as from overseas Pakistanis. Yet, the Pakistani government has a checkered history when it comes to properly allocating foreign aid and donations. Pakistan, which has been hit by biblical-scale floods in recent months, raised $40 million for a mega dam on the Indus River, but spent an additional $63 million on advertising. Transparency International wants the Pakistani Prime Minister to stop corruption in how money for flood relief is spent. This is because Transparency International knows that the money doesn't get to the people who need it most, like women, the poor, minorities like Hindu and Christian communities that have been left out. Check out this video.
The rich fill their stomachs and give us the runaround. They make the children chase food until they're out of breath.
The newly homeless live on roadsides with a view of their submerged houses, swarming passing cars for help. They say they are treated like dogs.
The people who come to us for votes during the election are ignoring us now.
No one here will sleep hungry tonight.
Pledging to turn on the electricity and send more help. But night came, buildings remained dark, and there isn't enough food for everyone.
In reality, Pakistani politicians have squandered public money on unviable projects for bribes. Most Pakistani public works projects are costly and unnecessary. The people of Pakistan are tired of politicians who cheat. Any tax money they pay ends up in the pockets of a politician who is dishonest. And because of difficulties, like corruption, Pakistani taxpayers are unwilling to pay. A level that is considered alarming. The country has been facing a serious balance of payments crisis and a large fiscal deficit, which has put pressure on its economy. The IMF has been working with the Pakistani government on a loan program to support its economic reforms and stabilize its finances. The negotiations, however, have been complicated by the country's high debt levels and weak tax collection system. The government of Pakistan has not yet taken any measures to address problems, such as enacting reforms to enhance tax collection, cutting energy subsidies, or reorganizing state-owned firms. Without the reductions in fuel and energy subsidy cuts, Pakistan will default on its debt, thereby causing economic pandemonium. The IMF has been encouraging these efforts, but has also been pushing for more structural reforms and greater fiscal discipline. A successful agreement with the IMF is crucial for Pakistan, as it would not only provide much-needed financial support, but also signal to international investors and creditors that the country is committed to addressing its economic challenges. However, any IMF-supported program would also likely involve tough reforms and austerity measures, which could be politically and socially challenging. Overall, it's a delicate balancing act for the Pakistani government, as they try to secure the needed financial support, while also mitigating the potential impact of the reforms on the population. The IMF's current priority is strengthening Pakistan's financial situation through revenue initiatives, reducing untargeted subsidies, and enabling the currency rate to be established by the market. The organization also attempts to safeguard the sustainability of the energy industry, despite the fact that Pakistani authorities have ruled out boosting power costs this week and gas prices for months.